Hi, welcome and thank you for joining me. My name is Joyce and this is my very first video. I'm experienced with crochet, but I wouldn't consider myself an expert, or I don't have a degree in it. I decided to create this channel because of my passion for crochet. I'm hoping to find others to share the same passion. And if you're new, just starting out, or are experienced and have some constructive criticism, I welcome it. Everything I've learned so far with crochet has been self-taught. I began reading books and looking at pictures. I've also had the challenge of being left-handed. But now today there's all these videos on how to crochet, and I myself have used them. They're very informative and give you a lot of different options on how to crochet. And actually makes it easier for when you want to try something new that you haven't done before with crochet. So, I only had the struggle of my left hand, and most people are right-handed, so I taught myself also how to reverse watching somebody right-handed to crochet the way that I need to. Now, I think that crochet is a rewarding hobby, and I hope you'll watch and learn from my videos as well as engage with me. Leave pictures, comments, down below. I love sharing. But okay. I do have this passion for Amigurumi crochet, and that's a Japanese art of your knitting or crochet, and it's small animal creatures, stuffed creatures. And I've created a few myself. Who I have laying around: a little teddy and a Pokemon. I think his name was Bunby or something like that. The kids love them. They have lots of different Pokemon that I was able to locate patterns for. But anyway, so I picked out a pattern to show you how to create these creatures. And I chose a pattern that is pretty simple and challenging enough for a beginner. And I got it out of a book. The book's name is Crochet Cafe, Recipes for Amigurumi Crochet Patterns, and it's by Espy. Always take a look at my information below the video, also for references and materials used, things of that nature, and any information that I feel that would be important to share with you as well. So here's the book, and it's a cute little book with patterns of food. I purchased this book because my daughter loves playing with her kitchen set, and I thought these would be great additions for her play set. The pattern we're going to be working on is a bag of popcorn and little popcorn kernels. And here's the picture of that. Hold on for a moment. This is our pattern, and that's what we're going to be creating. So I purchased a book because my daughter loves playing with her kitchen set. I thought these would be a good addition to the play set. Not that she has enough things already. But now let's go over the materials we'll need for this project. So we're going to start with the yarn, and it's worsted weight acrylic yarn or 4-ply yarn. I'm not going to go into details about yarn right now. We can save that for a later discussion. It does make my head spin. So anyway, this yarn, it's referred to as a level 4 or more medium weight yarn. Now, acrylic yarn is affordable, it's not difficult to handle, and it's great for the amigurumi because it holds its shape and it hides your fill better. The colors for the project that we're going to be using is white, and here's my white, and I use Impeccable, and I'll also put this information as well down below, so that if you want to just use the same materials as I did, you have that. And then we have cream, and that's the same brand. And then I have red, and here's the red. And they're all the Impeccable. And then many materials that we use for crocheting have a huge subject all on their own. So time to time, I'll go over certain little things, but I don't want to overwhelm you now. I do want you to be comfortable and relaxing, because that's what this hobby should be, and I want you to enjoy it. So let's go on to our next material, and this is also going to be one of those huge subjects, so I'm just going to let you know what I'm using, what the pattern calls for. But I have a crochet hook here, and it calls for a size G, 4mm crochet hook. And then our next item will be, the author created faces for all of the foods in this book. So, it's your preference if you want to put the face on. I know I have to because of my daughter, and I'd like you all to see the finished project as well with the face as it is in the pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and complete it all the way. But we need a pair of 9mm safety eyes, and that's for the bag or container, and a pair of 6mm safety eyes, and that's for each popcorn kernel. So I have these cases here. This is how I purchased them, and you can get different colors, you can get different sizes, noses, eyeballs, and this is what they look like. I pulled out a big one so that you could see, but they are little screw, plastic type screw, and then they have this little backing here, and you just will put it through the stuffed animal, and then they clip to the back. You want to keep in mind, these kind of eyes, they're considered choking hazard. for small children. So if you're going to make it for a small child, you could use instead felt or embroidery yarn, and that would be suffice replacement for them. But anyway, to get on to the next item, we have black embroidery floss, which I buy big huge bags of them, but here's my black I have out. And then a small embroidery needle, which is this needle here. And you can see it's short, and the eye's not as big as your yarn needle. And this would be my yarn needle. And it's a little bit longer, and the eye is definitely bigger. And I have this little hook on the end. It makes it easier when I'm sewing together parts of the Amigurumi. So that's why I like the hook ones. Everybody has their own preference. So whatever you're comfortable with, stick with that. So on to the next. We have fiber filling. I got this Fiberfill here. I got a big, huge bag of it. And, you know, the Amigurumis don't take quite as much stuffing, unless you're going to do a big one. So I just buy a big, huge bag and they last pretty long. But I buy the Fiberfill. They have different types of materials of fill that you can purchase as well. They also have like hyperallergenic. So you know, if you're going to give a project to somebody that has allergies, you could always replace that material as well. Then we have stitch markers, and our stitch markers, I have a big little tiny thing of them, but a couple of them out of the case. And what they look like is a stubby little safety pin type thing, and they're plastic, so they don't damage or hurt your work, but they're great for marking places of importance, and they help you with counting as well on your work. So then it also calls for scissors, which, you know, get a very nice pair of scissors for cutting your yarn and any other materials that need it. And then optionally, if you're going to put the faces on these items, we have felt. Felt and thread. So we need pink felt, and I buy a big container of them. A big, almost like a paper pack, a pack of paper. But you're going to need pink for the cheeks and white for the label on the bag, and thread, white thread and pink thread. But I'm going to tell you, I personally don't care for the thread. I don't like stitching. It's time consuming to me. So I have this item I found, and it's called Fabric Fusion, and it's a felt adhesive, and it's just better and less time consuming for me. So this is what I use. I don't do the stitching. And then finally, you'll need some thin cardboard, which you can take like a gift box or something like that. Use that type of cardboard, or you know, if you have an old box laying around, maybe something came through the mail, probably would work with that. But I don't want to overwhelm anyone with this project. So if you have questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to help you out. And also, I have the convenience to stop, pause, rewind, fast forward. This is a great advantage, which I didn't have the opportunity when I was learning, and I wish I did. And now that we have gathered all our materials, I'm going to take you step by step through the pattern, and I'm going to teach you a little bit about reading the pattern as well. There are standard abbreviations used in crochet, and I'll let you know as we go along, so that you understand what a pattern will say, what it will look like, and what it means. So to begin the project, we're starting out with the base of the container, and that's going to be in the white yarn. And the pattern says CH15, and this means chain 15. But before we can go into the chain, we actually have to put the yarn on our hook, and we're going to create a slip knot onto our hook, and that's how we begin our project. So stay with me. I have to switch the camera around to get the project together. Okay, I'm back. Now I'm going to show you how to make a slip knot. Everyone has their own way of putting a slip knot on the hook, and I would suggest that you do it the way that feels comfortable for you. If my way doesn't seem to work for you, find one that does. There are plenty of videos showing how to do a slip knot with different techniques. And this is what works for me though, and it's not necessarily for everyone. So here I go. To start, I take the end of the yarn and I lay it across my index finger. And with the working yarn, the yarn from the ball draping over the back of my hand, I hold the end of the yarn between my thumb and my middle finger, and then you want to take the working yarn around your finger, the index finger. You want to cross it over your middle finger, and then you grab both pieces of yarn again between both the middle and the thumb. Then you want to take the end of the yarn and you want to take it over top of your index finger, and then grab those two pieces of yarn again between the middle finger and the thumb. Now you want to take the back loop over top of the front loop and over top of your finger and let it go. Now you're going to hook with your hook the loop that's on your finger and remove it. And then what I do is I take this end of the yarn here and I pull it, and the slip knot will tighten around your hook. So then you want to I take the working yarn, and the way that I hold it is I take it over my index finger on my opposite hand, and for tension I grab it with the fingers below if I want it to be a tighter stitch or a looser stitch. And then with your thumb and your middle finger, I just grab this end of the yarn for when I start out, to help keep the loop on there and be able to slide up and down. Now you want to take, now that we did the slip knot, we want to do a chain of 15. So I take this yarn that's over my index finger and I loop my hook underneath of it, just like so. And then I get a little bit closer to the knot here to hold on to it. And I catch the hook around this one that I wrapped, and then I pull it through the loop that's on the hook. And that is equal to 1 chain, because we need to do 15 chains. We're going to keep continuing to do the same thing. So we wrap again underneath, we hook, and then we pull through the loop. That's 2. And then we continue again for 3, continue again for 4, continue again for 5, and again 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, and there we have our 15 stitches. Right here, you go back and count, and each one of these bumps here is going to be a stitch, if you can see them. But every bump here, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So each bump to the last one is going to be your 15. And so that's all for today. And I thank you so much for watching my video. I hope to see you continue along with me on this project in the next video. And it's a great feeling once you complete a project and have something to show for your time and effort. You will feel very proud of yourself. So please give me a thumbs up or leave a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts. Please subscribe to my channel for more updates to this pattern and more. Thank you.